there's a high third finger here, which is a little unfortunate. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey fiddlers, welcome to today's fiddle video. Today we're going to be learning one of the cheerfulest tunes that exists on the planet. It's called La Bastringue. It's a traditional French-Canadian reel, and if you've ever been to a contra dance, you may have heard it there. I grew up going to contra dances, and this was one of the tunes that was in circulation in the contra dance repertoire, along with tunes from the Irish tradition, Scottish tradition, English, Appalachian, all kinds of good stuff. If you'd like sheet music and practice tracks for this tune, as well as the variation that I'm going to teach today, plus a harmony, and also there will be a chord chart in there, you can find a link for all of that in the description. Let's go ahead and learn the tune. So first of all, let's play the scale of the key we're in so that we know where these left-hand fingers might wind up. We're in the key of D major, so let's play our good old D major scale. It's gonna go D, first finger, second, third, A, 1, 2, 3. We'll also have some notes on the E string. So starting with that third finger on the A string, let's play up from there. We're gonna go 3, E, 1, low 2, 3. Plus, in this tune, we're gonna have a random C natural that pops up in the second half of the tune, just so you're aware. It's your low second finger on the A string. So there you go. Okay, we have our key, D major. Let's go ahead and figure out our time signature. La Bastringue is a reel. We're in 4/4 time. So we're thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or when eighth notes get involved, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All right, we've got our key, we've got our time signature. Let's learn the tune. As I usually do, I'm going to be teaching this tune by call and response so that you can learn it by ear. So I'll take a little chunk of the tune, I'll play it, you can pause the video and try playing it back. I'll do that a few times. You could pause each time and try playing it. And if you don't get it by the time we move on, that's totally fine. You can always just rewind and give it another go. As with many fiddle tunes, La Bastringue has an A part, which is the first half of the tune, and a B part, which is the second half of the tune. Let's start with the A part. The first phrase of the A part starts with your first finger on the E string playing an F sharp, and it'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slower. Finger numbers, 1, 1, 1, 1, low 2, 1, E, E, 3. One more time. The second phrase of the A part starts with your second finger on the A string playing a C sharp, and it'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slower. Finger numbers, 2, 3, E, 1, E, 3, E, 1, E. Once more. Okay, we've got phrases 1 and 2 of the A part. Let's see if we can string them together, starting with that first phrase with your first finger on the E string playing an F sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, moving on to phrase 3 of the A part. It's actually exactly the same as the first phrase of the A part, which is exceedingly convenient. It'll start with that first finger on the E string playing an F sharp, and it'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slower. Finger numbers, 1, 1, 1, 1, low 2, 1, E, E, 3. One more time. And the final phrase of the A part starts with your low second finger on the E string playing a G natural, and it'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slower. Finger numbers, low 2, 1, E, A, 1, 2, 3. Once more. Okie doke, let's take those last two phrases, so the second half of the A part, and we'll try playing those. So starting with that phrase with your first finger on the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4. That does it. We have learned the whole entire first half of the tune. So let's go ahead and play that 2 times, the A part of the tune, and see how it goes. Starting with that first finger on the E string. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. First phrase. Second. Third. Fourth. Repeat. Okay, so so that's our A part. Let's move on to the B part, the second half of the tune. There are a couple ways you could play the B part. One's a little bit simpler and one's a little bit more complex. So I will teach you the more complex version to start with, but I will give you the simpler version too, just in case that's what you want to do. The first phrase of the B part starts with your third finger on the A string playing a D, and it'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's where that C natural, the low second finger on the A string, comes into the tune. Slower. Finger numbers, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, low 2, E, low 2, low 2, low 2, E, low 2. Once more. The second phrase of the B part starts again with that third finger on the A string playing a D, and it'll go like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slower. Finger numbers, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, and then low 2, 1, E, 3, A. Once more. So those are phrases 1 and 2. Let's try putting those together. Again, starting with your third finger on the A string. 1, 2, 3, 4. The third phrase of the B part is exactly the same as that first phrase of the B part, starting with your third finger on the A string, playing a D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slower. Finger numbers, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, low 2, E, low 2, low 2, low 2, E, low 2. Once more. And the last phrase of the B part is almost exactly the same as the second phrase of the B part, but it has a simpler ending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Slower. Finger numbers, 3, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, low 2, 1, E, and then 3. One more time. So let's put phrases 3 and 4 of the B part together, starting again with that third finger on the A string playing a D. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we now have the whole B part of the tune, the whole second half. Let's play it 2 times through. Starting with that third finger on the A string. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. First phrase. second, third, fourth, again, all right, so I mentioned there's a slightly simpler way that you could play the B part, and basically all you have to do to play that version of the tune is leave out some notes. For example, in the first phrase, instead of traveling back and forth between those two strings, you'll play that first note, and then you'll just play the notes that are on the E string. So you just go 3, 1, 3, 1. Same thing with the next little bit. You just play that first note and then the notes that are on the E string. So low 2, E, low 2, E. So what you've got for that first phrase is, second phrase, same idea. Instead of going, you can go. So that's 3, 1, 3, 1, low 2, 1, E, 3, A. Third phrase, same as the first. And the last phrase is almost the same as the second one, just leaving off that last note. Here's that simpler version of the B part 2 times through. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. First phrase, second, third, fourth, repeat. All right, we have the entire tune. Let's go ahead and play it all the way through. A, A, B, B. So A twice, B twice. We'll use the slightly more complex version of the B part, but if you're playing along and you play the simple version of the B part, it'll sound good along with the complex version. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you'd like to try playing that with guitar backup up to speed, you can go back to the beginning of the video and play it along with me. All right, before we wrap up, let's learn a couple of little variations we could throw into this tune just for fun. In the A part of the tune, we're going to try playing it down an octave, and in the B part of the tune, we're just going to add in this fancy little melodic variation that I really like. So we start the tune right off by playing it lower, and here's what that's going to sound like. So what we're doing right there is we're taking the normal melody of the tune and we're bringing it down 8 notes, or an octave. So instead of starting out on that F sharp, we're going from that F sharp, counting down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, to our F sharp on the D string, which is your second finger on the D string. And then we're just playing the normal melody, starting on that note. It's just going to be lower. This is where it's kind of handy to practice playing by ear, because if you know where the melody goes, how it goes, you can start on that note and just kind of pick it out from there. There's a high third finger here, which is a little unfortunate. Right here though, we're actually going to go back up to the normal octave in which we play the tune, and we're going to wrap up there. So we're going A, 1, 2, 3. An optional little additional variation you can throw in there is to play the open A above the melody for the first and third phrases. So here's what that'll sound like in the first phrase. Basically, all you're doing is playing that melody on the D string and at the same time playing a double stop, so playing 2 strings at once with your bow and hitting the open A above that melody. And you can do that again in the third phrase, which is the same as the first phrase. All right, so playing through that, we're starting down the octave on that F sharp. If we want to, we can add the A drone above that first phrase. So we've got the double stops. Just the melody. Double stops again here. Normal melody. Back up the octave. And that wraps up the A part. Okay, let's go ahead and play that A part variation 2 times through. So we're playing down an octave with double stops in phrases 1 and 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Double stops. Just the normal melody. Down an octave. Double stops. Melody. Up the octave. Again. All right, so moving on to the B part, we're going to play the normal melody for a good chunk of it. In the last half of the B part is where the variation is going to come in. It's going to sound like this. All right, what is happening there? So this is in the third phrase of the B part, where normally it would go, but instead we're throwing in a little melodic variation. We're going to go. So we play the beginning of the phrase normally, and then instead of, we're gonna go. So this is almost like a 3-note pattern, but we're sticking it into a 4/4 time tune, which is part of why it sounds so funky. We've got the first set of 3 notes, which is E, C, C. The next set of 3 notes is G, C, C. And then we've got 2 notes to make it add up to 8. E, C. So it's E, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, E, 2, with those low 2s on the A and E strings. So once more, this is how that phrase sounds. And then we play the normal melody to the end of the tune. All right, so let's try playing that whole entire B part variation 2 times through. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here it is. Again. And now let's try playing that whole entire variation all the way through. So A, A, B, B. Remember, we're starting down the octave with a double stop if you want. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you'd like to try playing that variation with guitar backup up to speed, you can go back to the beginning of the video and play it along with me. All right, fiddlers, that wraps up today's fiddle video. I hope you enjoyed this tune. It is just so happy. If you'd like sheet music and practice tracks for the tune, as well as the variation that we worked on today, in addition to a harmony, plus a chord chart thrown in there, you'll find a link for all of that in the description. You'll also find a link that has sheet music and practice tracks for all kinds of other fiddle tunes as well. Many thanks to my brother Dan Faiella for backing me up on guitar at the beginning of this video. Have a wonderful day, happy fiddling, and I'll see you soon.